Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Grimgore's campaign. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. The map is looking pretty good, actually, for the time being. We have been paying off the Chaos Warriors to the north, and so far, that alliance based on money is still holding. We've been pushing down to the south. Our original plan was to knock out every single one of the ogre factions. However, we did hit a slight roadblock when the vampires to the west started attacking me because we confederated another orc faction that they didn't like. They currently have 3 settlements, although those guys have 2 marching armies, and I ideally want to take them out pretty fast. If we zoom in a little bit, I said we wiped out an ogre faction last episode. That was not accurate. That ogre faction is hanging out right here. Man, I was really hoping that was the leader of these dudes. If I can find Grizguts, we can kill him really fast and then scoop up all of his orc into our army as well. In between turns, this guy did offer a peace treaty, but of course we declined it because the only peace we can have is a bigger green-skinned army. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I am recording this session live on Twitch. This is something I hope I can continue to do every weekend, hopefully. Was going to do it yesterday, but decided, you know what? That couch looked a little too comfortable. We could march. I do have Argor kind of cutting off this guy's escape, so if he wants to go that way, Argor is going to cut this guy off at the pass. Unfortunately, he's just literally steps too far away from Grimgore if I were to move him to the west, but that's the direction we're going. I do think, hey, ogre neighbor to the south, strength 12 ogre neighbor to the south. How's it going? Here's 800 gold. Are you at war with these guys? You are. Wonderful. So the ogre that we just sent money to is at war with this dude, and our relationship with them is now deteriorating now.
You will suffice.
We're going to war with this guy. I almost threw up in my mouth. This motherfucker wants 2,000 gold as a small gift. Get out of here. Go back to your glade. You stay there. Okay, well, if we could jump on this ogre, that would be great, but we're not going to be able to set anything up for that this turn. Our income, it could be a little better. It could be a little better. Man, are we not done with upgrading this particular building yet? No, it's going to be 2 more turns. I kind of don't want to fill this army up with tier 1 units if I don't have to, but we can get, that's an acceptable amount of shields. Maybe 1 more, an acceptable amount of shields. And then when this is done upgrading, we can throw a few orc boys into this and a level 2, tier 2 catapult into this, but that's going to take a little bit of time to set up. There's a chance that this place is going to be sieged. We're pretty close to where the vampires are. Unfortunately, walls are 2,000 gold, which is more than I care to spend right now. We did finish the Healy mushrooms and also finished the big unbullied, so our tech tree is actually progressing really, really nicely. We have scrap upgrades for our archers already. I'm gonna get this next. This is heavy globes. This is gonna get scrap upgrades for our tier 2 units that we're currently working on upgrading at the moment. If you have a special thing, yeah, that's good. We're good. We don't need to invest any more in this for the time being. We'll repair that building that ogre hit last turn and roll over to turn 25, 26. This guy from the Darkland Orcs decided to roll up in range of Grimgore to attack this ogre. And he's counting on me being there to be his reinforcements. That was bold. We're not allies. He just assumes I'm gonna help him, obviously. That does officially wipe this faction out of the game. Something I claimed last episode that was not true. I don't even think they used us in this battle. Maybe a little bit. We will replenish. Although it said 0%. Maybe I should have just taken the gold. Well, that actually alleviates one of our burdens. Now we're only at war with one other faction, as those guys are wiped out of the game. It seems as though a few other factions were wiped out in that turn as well. I have a great idea for Dusty. Dusty's my new scout. Dusty, get down here and find the leader of these orcs, please. He'll do that whenever he's... Yeah, we'll put him in march stance, too. I could do this with a different kind of unit, one of our heroes, or I always get them mixed up, heroes versus lords. The ones that cannot control armies. We could send them on missions down there, but we just captured Dusty's army and I didn't feel like killing him. So we'll give him a little something to do. The rest of our faction is mostly going to be marching west. That's definitely where Grimgore is going. I want to take out these vampires before they become any threat at all. And as we know, if vampires get an army going, as we know from past campaigns, if they get an army going, they can be super duper hard to stop because their lords get so strong. Their lords could solo entire armies by themselves. Full of Teeth could stay there as we are upgrading. This is Uzla, the Falls of Doom. Oh. This is actually a really good place for a wall. Nice choke point there. There's only one other way around here. I don't know if anyone's actually going to be attacking from the north. I'll just upgrade our control building for the time being. I want to get a little bit of money back into our war chest, so I'm not looking to spend this all right away. And in a couple turns, we do have some units to recruit still. By the way, sorry if my headrest keeps disappearing from existence. I told Stream this story already, but we spent a lot of time getting my green screen ready and getting it up to snuff. And then over the weekend, my cat ran behind it. And it's terrible. Everything's terrible. We'll end turn 26 and see how these guys react. I'm not out of money right now. Grimgore is just a few days walk, maybe 2 days walk away from reclaiming a lot of the blasted wastes. Nothing too eventful happened as these turns rolled over, at least that I could tell. I'm going to send another peace treaty to our ogre friends, as our relationship is not peace treaty, a payment offer to our ogre friends, although that's getting more expensive. This might be the last one. This guy is strength 10. We're strength 1 right now. We do have a lot of land. I wonder if we have the most settlements out of anyone we know. Probably. Yeah, the highest we know is 7. So we will have to deal with these ogres. Do I have a recruitment hub down here? No, it doesn't look like it. We're gonna pay the ogres for now. I can't afford to have a war from the south. I just cannot afford to have another army pushing in on me. It's just not in the wheelhouse right now. Hopefully our relationships up here are just fine. No, they're deteriorating too.
You summon the storm.
Okay, there we 600. That's much more manageable. That means I've only given away 2,000 gold this turn. Okay, wonderful. I think we might need to kill our neighbors sooner than I thought. Grimgore is going to be in march stance, marching west. I gave myself a little wiggle room so I could decide which building I want to hit first. We could see the vampire corruption already spreading across this whole land. We could bring Argor to the south. The problem with Argor is he doesn't have any siege equipment, but we could global recruit something to him pretty quickly once those buildings are done. 8 turns left on the wall, so whatever we're doing, we do kind of need to do it fast. I'm going to send Argor south and cut him west. The idea is Grimgore is going to hit north. Argor can wrap around and hit the southern encampment. Unless it's... Yeah, it doesn't have walls. We're good. And hopefully beat these guys back. Silver Pinnacle is their biggest building right now, and that's what Grimgore is heading towards. Oh, the vampires are trying to flee. Flee may not be the right word. Wow, what a bold move. He advanced right up to the axe of Grimgore and stopped.
That's what Mork wants.
How's that gonna go? Oh, he's a hero. Yeah, that explains that a little bit. Is this a level 1 lord? It looks like these guys might be trying to cut north and take territory from me up there, which means we are going to need to march full of teeth west. He may not get there in time, but unless they siege that all in one go, we should be okay. Let me pay my dues. Here you go, bud. 700 this time. Oh, it's gotten more expensive. Great. It's fine. I think we're at the point where the amount of money I'm paying to stop this war from happening is far outpacing what it would have cost to just field an army to go kill these guys to stop the war from happening. That does risk making all of the chaos wastes mad at us. I was hoping it would just kind of lose interest as I was walking around, but obviously that is not the case. Okay, Argor is still marching. Let's bring him west and take a look at Howling Rock. It may just be in range as we come around the corner. Looks like there is someone holding this down. A small group of undead. This guy is down for a peace treaty, which I find fascinating. Obviously, we're not going to give him that. No, absolutely not. Grimgore should... Let's get you an encampment stance. Raid encamp so you're not taking any extra damage. We're going to do the same with Dusty right here, too. If we could just steal money from these guys as we're moving around, I think that would be fantastic. That also makes us immune to a lot of the attrition damage in this area as well. We probably should throw some money in here if we can. It needs to be a level 3 settlement. We have a growth spire elsewhere. We can get another growth spire here. And as we roll over to turn 28, eyes are on this vampire to see what he does. Good job stealing 6 gold, Dusty. I'm proud of you. You're helping keep our peace treaties alive.
Dead, like Humies.
Clanferic!
You'll be lucky to still be breathing in a moment.
What's going on? Clanferic wants a non-aggression pact. Their strength 105. I can't see how many settlements they have right now. They have a natural aversion to me, but they want a non-aggression pact. They had a past... Oh, they don't like the Slaves of Czar. They don't like the war I had with them, which means these guys are probably right here, right? Yeah. Yeah. I hope I don't regret that. Hope I don't regret that. You know, sometimes it feels like every time you make a friend in this game, you make 3 enemies. I do like the idea of being friends with Skaven, though, because as an orc, as a greenskin, if we demolish a camp, it builds our law faster. So theoretically, we could be clearing the way for a Skaven friend to then come in and build massive ruins. Okay, Argor should... Oh, he's just barely out of range. But he's moving in the right direction. 6 turns left on this wall, and Grimgore has had enough. He's walking right up to the gates. Grimgore's just out of range! Fuck! Yo, this guy's chilling now. We turned this ogre's sentiment about us around in just a few turns. He would be our friend if we wanted. I don't want that, because then that would make the entire glade mad at me. But I'm just saying, it didn't take too much convincing for this guy. Meanwhile, Kolek, I'm basically begging him to not attack me every single turn. Well, Artifilatif did make it to the Great Skull Lake settlement, but I mean, the vampire that was here is pretty much backed up entirely. We can start to get a little peek of what's going on in the mountains from our campaign range right now. And it's looking kind of cool. Oh, I I wonder if we can take out the Slayer King. I wonder how many settlements this... He only has 4 settlements. Can we see them all? I don't know if I want to get that deep into these western mountains just yet. These are kind of the central mountains of the map. I don't know if that's the play. We can't upgrade this, though, and I believe... Our recruitment, yeah, should be quite a bit advanced. So I can't get out of March stance. So we'll try to recruit next turn. Okay, well, we are just 1 turn away from a massive battle with the vampires. Let's see where they decide to move. Ooh! Are those the bone rattlers? It looks like they're taking it to the Slayer King right now. That's exciting. He wants $800. He wants to give me $800 in return for military access. Wait a minute. Would it be an untrustworthy thing to do to give him military access? And then when he walks into my territory, I kill him? Is that in bad taste? Or is that the play? I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to do it. I want to roll him over. I think they only have 3 settlements down there, unless that guy's really taking the fight to Emmerich right now. Uh-oh, I believe the leader of the vampires just took settlement inside of that building that we had some greenskin pushing towards. And instead of fighting me here, that vampire fled to the mountains where he's taking attrition damage to run away. That's pretty telling. That lets you know exactly how afraid of Grimgore this guy is. He's literally gonna freeze to death inside. Where are you going? No, you don't have military access. You know better than that. You know better than that. What is that?
Out with it.
We good, bro?
Oh,
could be a little better. Here's a small gift.
It's done.
My favorite is when you open up the dialogue with these guys and they're like, I hate the greenskin army. And then you give them a small gift and they're like, thank you. Like completely change their tone immediately with just their VO. All right, Silver Pinnacle is in our path. The former tenant has pushed into the mountains, perhaps to kill off the bone rattlers, actually. I didn't consider that possibility. But do we think Argor can do this? If Argor can just encircle, I still want him to just encircle. We have the Wa for 5 more turns. So with Argor circling, that's going to keep this guy tied down here, whoever this leader is. Yeah, this guy and this whole army is going to be tied down here unless they attack me.
I'll have your soul.
They do have another garrison army. I'm really not sure what's going on with this. I think they summoned it here and then marched away. So I don't know what they're hoping to accomplish. But Grimgore has found his targets. The walls are not defended at all. We have a massive Wa. Let's take a look at this settlement, shall we? Oh, do I have to recruit? Wait, why do I have to recruit something? I shouldn't have to recruit. I have catapult. I shouldn't have to recruit. I mean, I could auto-resolve it. I want to do at least a battle, though. I feel like I haven't done a battle yet. Are you guys coming back? Are you defending? You motherfuckers, let's go. All right, we've taken up a pretty familiar formation for us in this campaign. Shields in the front, arrows behind them with our leadership in the middle ready to go. This is an army I don't believe we've fought with yet, so we do have a great shaman wizard in here, or, you know, spellcaster in here, as well as a character very similar to Scram, who hopefully we can use to cut off enemy reinforcements. Speaking of reinforcements, we don't know where the enemy army is, but they are going to have more soldiers marching in from the west in just 1 minute and 55 seconds. This is important because there is a commander in that army, and these vampire commanders can be absolutely terrifying. So I'd prefer that we finish this pretty quickly. Let's start our battle. This is looking pretty gnarly. I'm going to approach from the east over here. It looks like these guys are ready to hold down that entrance, though. Let's speed this up. We're going to be marching. Wait a minute. Is this flank bad? Okay, new plan. They're pushing in this way. We're going to hold here, maybe. We could theoretically take these trees. I'm going to try to hold here. I don't like this flank that's starting to happen. But these are dire wolves. We can kill them pretty easily. I imagine... Yeah, our arrows guys don't trade super good into them, but it'll do. Should be enough. Well, they are formed up and looking like they want to flank. I'm going to send our second in command just to rip those dogs apart. It looks like they're going to try to come up behind us, so I'll just be ready for that. Meanwhile, there is a possibility of a flank pushing in on the right side, but I think we're okay for the time being. We're starting to hit our formations right now. Let's keep an eye on those dogs on the far side. So, the line isn't quite formed, and it looks like they're starting to move in. I'm going to send our boar up. He trades favorably into everything. Reinforcements will be here soon. The arrows are starting to fly, so let's tie these guys up if we can, actually. I'm going to keep everybody right here. Okay, let's fire off the first of our spells. This is Vindictive Glare. It's good versus a single combatant. So let's get it off over there, shall we? Nice hit. These guys are going to have a decent amount of healing. Let's just keep shooting them as they roll by. I'm going to move my archer up here. Keep an eye out on those dogs. All right, if they go for the full wraparound, we're actually in trouble. Let's get dug in.
Let's have some. Which one more?
I don't think anyone is actually on our right.
Where's the scrap?
So I'm just going to move our lines up here. Okay, perfect. Archers are going to have attacks coming in from the sky. Let's start to form up our line a little bit better to deal with these. We're also going to send our boar back to help clean up these birds as we get locked into combat here. I'm going to have just rows of archers pointing towards our enemies when we can. And hopefully keep everybody in range to actually deal damage. Our second in command is going to go straight for... Actually, our first in command is going to fire off another Vindictive Glare at our enemy leader here as soon as he's in range, hopefully. Can you do that for me, bud? Right there. Thank you. The Fellbats have mostly been taken down. As soon as these are officially dead, I'm going to have all of these archers focus in on that commander. And I'm going to send my second in command over there to help squash that. But here we go. This is where things are starting to get interesting. Enemy reinforcements are on the way in. We're going to bring up our second shield line here to help defend. Are Wise ready? Send it! Okay, as many shots into this guy as we can. It is very possible we will not win this fight just because of how strong vampires are, and I think it's important we keep that in mind. This left side is starting to cave. We are going to need more reinforcements over here. Let me get the boar on it, actually. And we're going to need archers shooting into that as often as we can. With the reinforcements here, I'm starting to feel like we're spread really thin, unfortunately. I'm really feeling the lack of catapults right now. I need you over here, my dude. Trying to readjust some of our shields. Left side is starting to bend, but we have really good damage onto this enemy general if we can keep it up. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good at all. I'm going to try to give our second in command, Zoc, some armor-piercing damage. Maybe that'll help, and we're going to beam the enemy general with another wave of spells. They just might have too many numbers for us right now. That did hit a large portion of this army, though, sending them flying. I'm going to march these archers back a little bit as our second in command is surrounded on all sides, just getting pumped into. Our main wall that we had over here is not looking too good, as that is starting to fall as well. Maybe our archers simply aren't pumping out enough damage to be effective. Maybe our archers are a little underutilized. That could also be an option. I felt really good about this attack. I'm also noticing that my Wa is not here to back us up. Is that because I encircled this instead of just attacking? If so, that sucks. That really sucks. I'm going to try a point blank spell. I don't know if it'll work. It looks like it is sending right now, and it does connect to one of the enemy leadership, but this left side is basically just getting overrun. I'm going to have all of my archers attack this one general. If we can break him, we're going to be fine. I'm also going to send in our first in command and get these guys on melee attacks, just because this guy's too close for us to actually shoot. This is a desperation move. If it works, we could try to do the same thing to the other general, but everything that we have for a front line is currently crumbling, and this is the only way we're going to be able to hold on here. Now, his leadership is going down. He is taking damage. We're also moments away from another big Wa, which is currently forming. Once we get this, that should help out a ton. Come on. Come on, big Wa. Come on, in a second. We do have some units that are re-rallying. Let me make sure I'm getting these guys back into the fight as well. Even if it's just to be a line for a short time, we need them in there. And here's our big Wa. Enemy general's health is plummeting rapidly, actually. Let me make sure everyone is hitting this target as much as we can. Our wizard is starting to get hit, so I do need to back this guy up. Our second in command on the boar is doing a great job of just distracting a huge clump of these melee units over on the left side. The first of the vampire lords is getting really low. Do we have enough damage to actually finish him off, though? I'm not sure. It's close. He has 600 HP, still regenerating some as well. We need to keep focusing him for as long as we can, but it looks like the original wall is crumbling as the vampires are marching forward. Let's see if we can get another spell off here on this dude. That's going to be too many casualties. Let's fire it off at the new general approaching from this side. If you can, bud. He's getting really low now. 200 HP remaining. That's all he's got. The spell does fire off. And there he goes. He's dead. Okay, form up our archers very quickly. Archer line here. I don't care what it looks like. Get it done. We're also going to bring back our entire front line if we can to hold here. Boar and leadership to the right. Everybody shift. We have to hold. As they get into position, all of our archers are going to be focusing the enemy vampire lord as we attempt to hold everything else back with just our infantry. As soon as they are in position, I'm going to tell them to start firing. So we have a few lining up right now. I'm also going to improve these lines just a little bit as well. Make sure they're not overlapping too much. This is our last chance to hold here. It's a desperate attempt. Will it be enough? As of right now, it's not looking too good, is it? Our front line is being pulled around in every direction. Let me see if I can get some more help over on the left here. If we can get our boar friend out and just moved up to this line, it might be enough. We do have archers currently not doing anything. These guys need to focus the enemy general as soon as possible. Oh my God, they're just getting overwhelmed. Maybe the regroup play was not the play. Uh-oh. God, that boar is taking a lot of punishment on that side. Well, boys, I believe we are going to be overrun by this tide. Unless we can kill it. Okay, Control A. Everyone attack the general. Every person alive is going to attack this general. If we kill this general, his necromancy hold on the army will also fall. That's good news. We need that. I am going to have to keep my wizard safe in all of this, though. Dropping back a little bit to fire off a spell behind us. Come on, get the cast off. Archers are firing in and doing pretty good damage into here. That cast did hit some friendly allies there. That happens. That's okay. Let's make sure they don't stack too much. We are starting to re-rally. Everyone, once again, attack this guy. We can cast another spell in just a moment. Oh my god. Oh, I love this flank. Get in there.
Let's scrap.
I hate what's going on here. Let's make sure we keep our wizard alive.
Moving fast.
I have another cast in the chamber. Let's send it. I know it might hit friendlies. I need it in there, though. I'm also going to just give anything nearby this guy armor-piercing damage.
The spells of death.
We need this kill so soon.
Shifty.
I cannot stress how dire of a situation this is. Our melee line is crumbling. Get back in here, get back in here, get back in here. How's the boar? God bless that boar on the left side. Gork bless the boar on the left side. Will it be enough? It's not looking good. Single combatant cast, send it. How much health does he have left? 1,800. 1,800. Everyone focus. You two on clump. Fire in. You guys should be expending way more ammunition. I'm just saying. What's going on here, boys? What do you need to tell me? Our wizard's gonna cut off this push. The boar is not gonna hold too much longer. His leadership is plummeting. Enemy general's health is plummeting too.
Right.
Everybody attack!
Get out, boys!
Armor piercing damage on these guys. I'm gonna have them go in melee, pulling the wizard back.
Moving.
Oh no, we're losing! Oh. Spellcast? This might be the last thing I get to do with my general. The general is broken, it got too surrounded! Oh no, boys. Oh no, there is a chance we could re-rally. He's taking a ton of damage right now. 1,100 HP and crumbling. Half of the melee units are running away, chasing after some of my units that are fleeing as this mob of soldiers is walking in towards our front line. We only need to deal 600 more damage. Please. Please, if he dies, they'll all die. 500 more damage. Oh no, everyone's fleeing. We're breaking on all sides, boys. 539 damage. Oh my god, is there anyone on melee that I could get to shoot?
Chopper's ready!
Oh, you guys. Swing. Swing. Swing in melee. You guys, back up. We're shooting again! We're shooting again! We're shooting! 539 health. He is going to start regenning. Once again, Control A, everybody. Have everyone focus. There is a chance. There is a chance.
Let's go!
510.
Fight see these lives!
Okay, I want everyone. You guys fire from there. I need to make sure our reinforcements coming back in are not in melee mode. 400, 400, 400, and our boar's almost broken through this horde of undead on the left side. He's almost able to come assist. If he can get in there, that might actually be enough. That might actually be enough. 395 HP remain. Control all, get in there.
Boys!
Oh my god, this really is down to the wire. 388. Come on.
Finished! Brutally stormed!
Can you break free? Please break free. Please break free. I need you. I need you on the boar. Bro, imagine charge bonus damage over there. 379. If I could get my leader back, which he is building leadership right now, we could armor bonus anybody. Uh-oh. 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 We're losing more of our line here. 273. Holy shit. Holy shit. 161, 135. We have boys dealing damage. Yes. Yes, kill him. Yeah. Now they should all decay. Give it a minute and they're all going to decay. Come on. Unless I'm wrong. Here we go. They're melting. They're melting. They're melting.
Get out, boys!
We just need to stay alive.
No one of these! Get out, boys!
But not all of them are. No, they're melting too. It's just not all at once. Oh God, the boar is.
Leg it!
Oh, I don't think we did it. No! No! Valiant defeat. Why didn't I have my Wah in there with me? Maybe he didn't have a Wah behind him and I didn't notice. Either way, the vampires claim that battle. We're also seeing the army move back down towards the Silver Pinnacle. Do they think they can stop Grimgore from attacking? Do they think they can hold back our great leader? I love it. Every time you give those guys your lunch money, they just leave. Well, Argor is not fully dead, but his boys are beaten up bad. I'm going to march stance Argor towards... We actually have a building down here, which is nice. They'll be able to recruit and hopefully heal back up in no time. Now, the problem with vampires is... Yes, indeed, his army is already back. His friend's army, already back. It's like that battle didn't even happen for them. So, when we attack vampires, we need to be swift and deliberate, just like Grimgore. This says decisive victory. I have a policy. We broke that policy just a second ago, and you saw what happened. I have a policy. Auto-resolve vampire fights. So we take over this settlement. We are going to... That's a lot of money. We're just going to occupy. I don't want to break this down because this is one of the few entryways in and out of the mountain range here. So if I could fortify this at all, we're going to be pretty okay. Also, with the way that it's built up right now, we might want to use this as a nice recruitment hub to the west. That's actually not a terrible idea. Growth is pretty bad, but we will go ahead and upgrade that, and we can use that to make Grimgore's army better while we're sitting here. Okay, Grimgore took the city. Ardafulatif has been defending our north side. We might start marching him south, although that leaves us pretty exposed up north. I don't think that's a problem. 4 turns left on the Wah, so whatever we do, we need to do it fast. Okay, Ardafulatif is going to march back towards friendly territory. Ideally, I want to get this guy kitted out with tier 2 units. So the easiest way to do that is to bring him back to friendly territory and not use our global recruitment for that. The main reason is because I want to global recruit in Grimgore's army, I think. No, let's do Argor's army. I was doing some local recruitment for him, but we'll get him some tier 2 units for his front line. They're going to take a couple turns to finish. I also want to get him a catapult. That brings him up to 19. Let's get rid of this goblin and get him some orc archers for his back line to round it out. So all of a sudden, yes, he is falling back. Yes, he is retreating. But in 4 turns, Argor's army is going to be really outstanding. Honestly, the best we have fielded at the moment. Ardafulatif is going to go back to home and recruit. Grimgore is going to continue his path to the south. Hopefully soon. My biggest fear is that these guys push Argor and take him down. Luckily, we got a lot of money out of that last battle. That's how we're funding all of this. This is for Grimgore's upgrades. We have Renowned and Feared. That was the big thing I was pushing for quite a while. So now we can focus on what matters. Getting more damage for our Orc Archer boys with the boys. Orc infantry units have increased weapon strength and missiles deal more damage from Orc Archer boys. This is in Grimgore's army. That's going to be fantastic once we recruit some of those into his army. Scram is doing great. We'll give him more weapon damage and roll this over to the next turn. Hate dealing with vampires, dude. It's always so stressful. Like, you fight him, you give him everything you got, and then it doesn't even matter. They're just back the next turn. Are the vampires reaching out for a peace treaty? No. I lost so much strength. How am I 20 in strength now? I was 1 just a couple turns ago. Did what was that guy's name? Argor? Did his army really sway it that hard with tier 1 units? Well, they're approaching. They're approaching Argor. So that means Grimgore needs to continue to move. We are going to march stance into enemy territory. 3 turns left on the WA. We might be able to use it on this building. 1, 2. We might be able to use it on this building. Meanwhile, Argor is going to stay back and be defended. I see now he doesn't have a WA with him. I wish I spotted that before I attacked. This is Grimgore. We're going to continue to upgrade Du Bois. And we'll get our full of teeth guy right into range of our friendly territory. Give him a couple catapults. And some orc biggins as well. That's going to totally fill out his army. It's going to only take a turn to get done, which means he's going to be mobile very quickly, which will be good. I don't want to invest too much money. I need to make sure we have income still. We could do tough weapons. Armor piercing increase. We don't have squigs. I do like the idea of getting toothy weapons here and getting more armor piercing damage for our Black Orc units. We don't have a lot of Black Orc units right now, but the ones we do have is in Grimgore's army. And they have a banner making them even better. They're like super good Black Orc units. So if we can make them better, that means Grimgore's army is going to be even more effective. You know, it's fun. That vampire that we fought before is already getting a new army in their base. Let's end turn 32.
Don't think that cushion.
Bone Rattlers! What's up? Not aggression pack? No, I'm going to kill you. Thank you. Thanks for asking. All right, there is this nomadic orc tribe. I think these guys only come up in revolts. What happens when control gets too low? Like the uprising things? I can't think of the term. Well, they marched right up to one of our front doors to the southeast and just declared war on us. Wonderful. Where is the... And they're taking my city. I'm going to cause some casualties at the very least. We'll beat them up a little bit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't you dare get close to killing him and then give up. Don't you dare. Oh, he's dying. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, okay. We're still dead. He got that low. And it doesn't even matter. Bro, look how low we got their leader. It was actually so close. We almost assassinated the leader of these greenskins. So close. Wow, these spearmen actually did a pretty good job. 100 kills? Not bad. They did take the settlement. Oh, no, they didn't take the settlement. They did all of that just to rough me up and then leave. Look, they didn't even stop. They could have sieged it. Wait, if you attack something else, you're definitely going to die, my dude. You're definitely going to die. All right, I'd like to keep our focus on the vampires if we can. Our WA is ending very, very soon. And it looks like these guys are desperately trying to take territory right now. If they take it from our orc neighbors here, that's actually not a bad thing, though. That means that we would just scoop up those orcs even easier. Well, Dusty wasn't doing anything. He was just kind of coming down here to... What is going on?
That is not musk of fear.
Clan
No,
Rictus
musk of strength.
is attacking our orc friends here. Clan Rictus kind of likes us a little bit. It's actually improving. It's probably because we're friends with Clan Ferric. Wait, that's their leader right there. That's Grizguts right there. Oh, how is our army looking? Argor can push towards that in 2 turns.
Cease.
I probably need to clean this up at some point too. Let's see where Grimgore goes if he marches. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that'll do, Grimgore. Get right in there. That'll do just fine. We have 2 turns left on the wall, and the main enemy army just to our left. That's going to be beautiful. Let me start marching this guy southeast. We'll just do march stance and bring him down in this direction. I know that leaves our northern border kind of exposed, but these guys have been playing by the rules so far. As long as I give them lunch money every now and then, we're kind of chilling. See, we're back in the positive with him. If we're in the positive with 1 Chaos Warrior, the other ones will start to like us a little bit more too. If we double dip, it'll improve even faster. I probably should check in on our ogre friend to the south of us as well. Notice I call people who are about to attack me if I don't give them money friends.
Oh, the tyrant knows best.
Whatever. We could peace treaty this guy, and I don't think it'd be a bad idea. Aside from the fact that it would pretty much cement the Glade being mad at me. Which I don't want to do that. I've thought about it. Wait, don't you die? He's coming in with that little... Let's kill him. Come on. He can't take all of us. He can't take all of my settlements. I'm going to control A right click on this guy. That's going to be my strategy.
Boys,
Where is he?
here we go.
Where is... Okay, we're turning to face and we're distracting with this. No way this guy gets out of here. There's literally... It's not going to happen.
Time. Moving fast.
If I can get the attention of the majority of these guys and kill their leader, that's all we have to do. I mean, they're not all going to die or anything, but it's going to stop their advance quite quickly.
Running.
Okay, we've actually distracted a pretty good portion over on the left. That gives me hope. Archers, I want you to find your target immediately. Spears move in.
Gonna stab him.
And these guys will hold the flank. Okay, he attacked us with 260 HP. Can we kill him? I certainly hope so. How are our wolves doing?
Moving fast.
He's dead! Yeah, yay! All right, some of you might see defeat here. What I see is a dead orc leader that's going to buy us quite a lot of time with this rampage that's been happening in our territory. At least that's what I hope I see. The turn order is almost done. We're seeing more vampires move towards Art of Fulatif, which is kind of odd. I kind of thought they were going to be attacking. We have another small vampire force here that might try to retake Silver Pinnacle, but remember, that place has walls. It should be pretty defended. At least, hopefully. Grimgore is in range of the vampires and is moving in to strike. You know my policy. We auto-resolve vampire fights. We're going to occupy this target. One more settlement remains, but this is the last turn that our WA is going to be in play. And one more turn, Argor is going to finish recruiting, and we can march towards taking Grizguts down. If we take him down, we're going to get a small amount of more territory, but then have a pretty good block. We got a good wall up north, we'll have a good wall to the south, and hopefully all of this territory in the middle will be easy to defend once we get rid of this vampire. But of course, what am I saying? There's a dwarf right here who's already fighting greenskins. We might have dwarf battles on our hands pretty soon. Do you think I can pay this guy off? I've never done anything to Thorgrim. It's improving. Look at that. Let's send him a gift. How much does that cost? Hey, Thorgrim, love you.
All right.
Can I get some of your siege weapons, Thorgrim? Can we do that? Again, if I could just stop him from attacking me, that would be fine. These are Thorgrim's only 2 settlements. What is this campaign? In our multiplayer campaign, Thorgrim was like the number 2 power in the game. He held almost this entire mountain range. We are seeing his only 2 buildings right here. Well, the war with the vampires is going splendidly. We are taking territory from them at an alarming rate, although our WA is on its final turn. We will pick this up again on, what day is it? On Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you guys again very soon.